Hi there, I'm Ruben de Boer. I'm in the fourth year now, and this is my poster presentation of my thesis assignment. So, welcome to the poster presentation of my thesis period. So, what is the topic about? The topic of my thesis assignment is about the wishes, needs, and motivations for sports behavior about the Snap Fitness gym members. Snap Fitness is a gym with a 24/7 concept. So customers are always able to enter the gym 24/7. They also focus on personal approach and offering personal guidance to their customers. The topic about the wishes, needs, and motivation for sports behavior of Fitness members has been chosen in constellation with Snap Fitness Benelux, of course. Snap Fitness Benelux is managing all the Snap Fitness clubs in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. Snap Fitness Benelux is the head office of Snap Fitness and focuses on expanding the Snap Fitness brand in the Benelux. Snap Fitness Benelux wants insight into their target group and which aspects they can improve in order to their concept. So before I started my thesis for Snap Fitness Benelux, they did not really have a specific target group that they were approaching. Their target group is aimed at, for now, is aimed at people between 18 and 65 years old. This target group is, of course, a very general target group approach. So, my thesis is about Snap Fitness gym members between 18 and 35 years old. And my thesis goal is to get insight in the wishes, needs, and motivations for sports behavior. So, how did I carry out research to gain the necessary information? With literature and a survey for now. I conducted my research through a survey. Through this survey, I was able to get answers to my research questions based on my theoretical framework. By mapping out different points of wishes and needs, I have translated them into survey questions. This is reflected in the literature that accompanies my research. So at the moment, I've been able to find enough respondents to speak of 90% reliability of my survey. This is reliable enough for the advice plan that I'm writing at the moment. I found my respondents through Facebook from the Snap Fitness locations in the Netherlands and Belgium. And my request to fill in the survey was also in the newsletter of the month of April, and I posted a reminder request on Facebook to fill in my survey. And the in-depth interviews. My plan is to translate the results of my survey into interview questions, which I can obtain into more in-depth information. Through about 3 to 5 in-depth interviews with my target group, I'm able to get less superficial information than just with a survey. And why did I choose for these specific research methods? Because my research is based on gaining insight into the wishes, the needs, and the motivation for sports behavior. Obtaining as much as possible information is, of course, a must. Snap Fitness Benelux has a membership amount of more than 6,000 members, and by means of a survey based on the insights I need for my research, I can get the results they hopefully need to keep improving the concept against our gym members. However, the reliability level had to be achieved in order to be able to make statements about the outcomes that are obtained. So, what went well during my thesis assignment? I've written down some positive and some negative points. The positive points. For me, the positive points were scheduling my thesis, the preparation of my survey, and the spreading of my survey. So for my thesis, many things had to be planned, such as the pre-research and the research itself. At this way, I plan other things that need to be done in time. I feel this has gone well so far, and I've made a clear schedule for myself until the hand-in date. So, like everyone else, I also did a pre-research before I could start my actual research. I started this on time and thus realized a good start of my thesis. and I've made a survey that supports my research, and I was able to substantiate this with an operational matrix. And with this matrix, I was able to successfully prepare my survey. When my survey was ready to spread, I needed enough respondents to get a reliability level of 90%. I had a lot of stress about this beforehand. I was afraid that I would not be able to find enough respondents for my research. But at the end, I could speak of a minimum of 90% reliability. So that sounds good to me, of course. By consulting well with my internship company, how I could bring my survey to the attention to the SnapFitness gym members, so my target group, I've been able to find enough respondents for my survey and also for my research for now. And the negative points. With my problem analysis in particular, I found it difficult to define the problem of my graduation company into a graduation research. So, for example, at the beginning of my research, I wanted to tackle the problem of a company far too large. And I did not realize that each research contains 10 different researchers. So I also found it difficult to find the right theories and models to link them into the wishes, needs and motivation section. So after studying other products, I found out that I had to find my own way in my theoretical framework. For example, to define the term wishes into an understandable term for my research. So spreading the survey was quite okay. It did go well. SnapFitness helped me a lot with finding respondents, and I found out that recruitment respondents for the in-depth interviews I want to do is more difficult to get people actually willing to help me with my in-depth interviews. So for now, I have to try harder to find the people or the gym members for my in-depth interviews. I've written down a quote. It's about doing research is more difficult than I had previously predicted. Doing research is quite difficult, and it's not impossible, but you have to do it straight. And so that's why I'm gonna link some experiences, skills, and insights during my thesis period to the competencies. I've written down 6 sentences about the competencies, and the first one is motivate, inspire, and persuasive. For example, I have motivated and inspired myself, but also others to help with my research. I managed to convince others of the usability of the outcome of my research and how the outcome can help to improve the concept of SnapFitness Benelux, my graduation company. To handle setbacks, especially with the pre-research, it was difficult to define the actual problem in a good thesis. For example, things at the thesis were often not good enough, and I had to improve some parts. Several setbacks are managed this thesis period. Third one is to convince and motivate people. During my thesis period, I've seen how you can convince and motivate new franchisees to, for example, to open a new SnapFitness location. Like I said before, SnapFitness Benelux focuses on expanding in the Benelux and ensures that everything is in order, so that the new investors only have to transfer the money for a new location. By treating the people you need for your business well, you will get a lot in return later on. That's something I learned. The planning and organization. My planning has often gone wrong in recent weeks. I had to adjust my planning a few times and improved it again, so that I was able to handle things on time. Also, expanding and utilizing professional network opportunities. Good contacts are very important in the leisure sector. That's what I have learned in the recent years. By taking good care of expanding and utilizing my professional network during my thesis period and entering into conversations with professionals. So for now, I'm able to use these contacts later on in the professional field. And last but not least, the intercultural perspectives. The fitness market knows a lot of different cultures. For example, I learned that through fitness you can bring different cultures together and let them learn from each other. Also, how you approach different cultures yourself is very important. So, this was my poster presentations about my thesis period. Thank you for listening.